Check. Audio check. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So, welcome back to the seventh session of the complete photography mentoring program. So, how has it been so far? Can
Fine,
you hear?
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, today is the last session of the program. It would be followed by 3 week practical hands-on assignments. Okay. But the theoretical part we are going to conclude today. And no photographer's workflow is complete without editing. Right. So that is what majorly we are going to cover today. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me start the presentation. So yesterday we spent time discussing the different rules of composition because photography not only science but also an art. So by combining these two aspects of photography, you can become a good photographer, right? So let's start with a fresh new topic today. And before we start with the editing part, we have a couple of more slides to complete, right? In continuation with the art of photography, so cropping tips. So whenever you click a photo, you should take care of these important things, right? Your horizon should always be horizontal. It should not be tilting like this. And even if by mistake you get a tilted horizon, in editing it is very easy to straighten the line, right? You need to just rotate it in the editing software. It could be even your mobile app. Okay. Whenever you are cropping, don't be afraid to crop very close. Tight crop is also recommended. Normally, we say that there should be some breathing space around the subject and things like that. But then once in a while, you can also crop it very tightly so that you achieve the fill the frame concept, and it should be with a purpose. Like here in this case, the right hand side picture is tightly cropped compared to the left hand side picture. Why? Because I felt the eye makeup was quite good. Okay, and the blue eyes with the lenses on, it was looking very nice. So I thought cropping the head off would have more engagement with the eye. Um, Therefore, this particular tight crop. Breathing space, you know the concept of breathing space. Wherever the subject is looking, that direction should be more. The two-third area should be more. Just hold on for a moment. Quite windy today. Hello, can you hear me, Ajit?
Yes, yes,
Can you hear
yes,
me?
yes.
Yes, we can.
Because I see these messages, can't hear you, can't hear you.
Yeah, can hear you. If you can hear me,
Yeah, yeah. Ajit, can you hear me? Okay, chalo. Right. So breathing space, we all know. Then experiment. Try cropping to get a completely new perspective. Okay. So see, yeah. I mean, the crop is right in between, exactly at the center. Cut. I mean, cropping half the face and showing half. So that's a unique style of cropping, you can say. So hiding some part, showing some part. Okay, the mystery, building up the mystery in that particular picture, kind of cropping is also welcome. So basically, what we are trying to say is in photography, you should experiment. Not only cropping, but then even in while taking the pictures, you can experiment. You can follow the rule. You can break the rules as long as it creates that impact. You should always be game for it. So let's move on. Okay, so whenever you are cropping a human figure, these are the things that you should keep in mind. Okay, so the green lines is where it is okay to crop, whereas the red lines are bad areas to crop. If you see carefully, all the red lines are there where there is human joints. Okay, fingers, elbows, neck, knee. So you should avoid cropping at the human joints, the bone joints, right? You can crop at any other place other than that. Because what happens if you crop at the human joint, say for example at the elbow, exactly at the elbow. So it looks very abrupt and it gives the impression that the subject has no hands. Okay, if you crop at the joint of your legs, the knee, then it looks like the subject doesn't have any legs. Okay, He looks like a handicap in the picture. So that is why you should avoid cropping at the joints. Other than that, our brain tries to figure out the continuity and is able to build the entire picture. Fine?
One quick point.
Yeah. Yes, please.
This topmost one, I think it should be little bit upright because यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, so it looks like the head is cut. The green point, the topmost one,
Ha ha ha.
it should be
This
little bit
one?
top right. I mean, the complete head should come right.
No, I mean that's what I said. Na, you can crop it like we were saying. Na, in the previous picture, I told you that it's okay to crop the head.
Okay, so you meant to say that to give a little bit different perspective
Ha.
to that image. Okay, okay, got
Yes,
it,
yes,
got it.
yes, yes. So like this, you can shave off the head.
Okay, okay.
Just yeah.
Oh,
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. I'm there. I'm there. Back in the game. Yes. So where were we?
Cropping we were talking of.
Yes, yes, yes. Just trying to locate the file. Mhm. So clear, Manish. That was the intention. But
Yeah, yeah, got it.
normally, yeah, normally if it is a full length picture, I mean shaving of the head doesn't work. It's only for close-ups. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
How to hold the camera? Okay. So such a trivial topic to discuss, isn't it? After learning all the advanced concepts of photography, why do we need to know how to hold the camera? But do we actually know how to hold the camera? Uh, I mean, had it been my physical workshop where people are there present in the room, I would have shown you with proof that people still don't know how to hold their cameras, even though they might be owning the top of the line model, right? So, why important? Because if you are not holding your camera properly, you will not get the frame right. Okay, there will be slanting horizons, there will be camera shake, there will be motion blur and things like that, which will mar your image. So let's try and see how to hold your camera. Fine. So let me enlarge the view. Maybe everybody can just put off their videos off, so that I take the center stage here. Just put off your videos. Yeah, and your mics also. Otherwise, it will still. I think I can do away with the mic here. Yes, Kapik, video, your mic. Yes. Right. So just let me just pay attention. So your left hand becomes the base for holding the camera. You rest the camera on your in your left hand palm. Okay, like this. All right, and then your right hand grips the camera like this. All right, with your index finger on the shutter release button. Right, so firmly secured from the bottom, from the right hand side, and then always use the viewfinder. Always use the viewfinder to compose. Now you see what is happening. Okay, secured from the bottom, secured from the one side, and then since you are using the viewfinder, the face supports the system from the back. So the chances of vibrations and movement is reduced. Fine. And how do you zoom and zoom in and zoom out? How do you zoom in, zoom out? From below, like this. Okay. Not like this. Definitely not like this. Okay. It should be with the 2-3 fingers from below. Zoom out. Okay. Zoom in, zoom out. Clear? Right. Okay. So this is how you hold your camera. Just pay attention to the elbows. Can you see? It is tucked in my body, in my rib cage. Yeah? Not floating around like this. Tucked in the rib cage so that it gives like a tripod like support. And then focus, click, focus, click, focus, click. Okay? Please pay attention that your elbow should not be moving around, floating like a butterfly. Fine. Back to the presentation. Right. So this is step number A, step number B, and step number C. Why use a viewfinder? I told you, right? It gives you a support from the back. If you're using the LCD, what will happen? You will have to hold it at some distance from your eyes, minimum focusing distance, right? And what will happen, since you're holding it away from your body, it will shake because it's a very heavy camera with a lens on. So there is a tendency of shake. So therefore, if you have it to your eye, that problem is eliminated. Okay. When you are standing and clicking a picture, right? How you should do it? there should be sufficient gap between the legs, and your toes should be pointing towards the subject. Okay, if the subject is moving, you should follow the subject. Your toes should be pointing toward the subject. It is not like your toes in one direction and you are shooting in another direction. Okay? Your body should be in comfortable position. The stance should be comfortable so that there is no unnecessary vibrations or movement of your camera. While taking a low angle shot, you can make use of your knees to rest your elbow. If there is a firm wall, a tree trunk, something like that, where you can rest your body and take support, you should do that. Okay? Any support is always good. Best is you can use a tripod. Fine. Best is you should use a tripod, but then you cannot carry your tripod always. So the technique is this, but whenever possible, make use of tripod for best results. Right. So the other day we discussed this slide, how to get sharp images. Right. So these are the ways in which you can achieve good sharpness. Use a tripod, use a fast shutter speed, set aperture for high depth of field, turn on the vibration reduction, focusing mode. Okay, select the camera mode, use multi-burst, use remote release. Right. One more tip for your benefit: minimum shutter speed is equal to 1 by focal length. Okay, this will help you get a sharp image. This is just a thumb rule. Okay. So what do you mean? If you are shooting a picture at 100 mm focal length, your shutter speed should be at least 1 by 100. If it is 1 by 200, even better. If you're using a 500 mm lens, then your shutter speed should be at least 1 by 500. Fine. Anything more than 500 is welcome. Clear? Any questions till now? Okay.
For 35 mm lens, then it will be how much, sir? Then 1 by 35
Uh,
for 35 mm prime lens.
right.
So what would be the shutter speed in this case then?
Inverse of your focal length. So if it is 1 by 35 mm, minimum shutter speed should be 1 by 35, 1 by 30.
35. Okay.
Okay. You will not get 1 by 35 in your camera. It will be 1 by 30.
Yeah,
So
correct.
that is the nearest.
Okay.
Okay. So I see a lot of bird photographs being posted in the group. All the bird photographers, right? Who is it? Suvijit. Suvijit, I think he is into birding. Who else? Karthik? Yes. Good, good. So maybe you can help me out with this particular slide, because we are going to discuss bird photography in great detail now. Okay. So how to take good bird photographs? That is the topic. First, let us try and understand what are the different types of pictures that you can take of birds, the different style of pictures. Bird portraits, just like human portraits, you need to treat bird portraits close-ups, okay, have a shallow depth of field, focus on the eye of the bird, follow the rule of 1/3. So all these things that are important for the human portraits, you should use in bird portraits as well. Right? Try and isolate the bird from the background so that the focus is on the bird and not on the distractions in the background. Because bird in wild you will find in a bush, on a tree with a lot of branches and things like that. So if you can defocus all those distractions, it is good for bird portraits. Which camera mode you will be using? Since it is a portrait, which depends on aperture, you can use AV mode or A mode. Environment shot. Okay. So it's also called habitat shot. So basically trying to show the bird in its natural habitat. Okay. It could be grassland bird, it could be a wader, okay, it could be a forest bird, or I mean, see, every bird has its own natural habitat. You will not find all birds at one single place. Okay? So that's very unique about birds. So taking environment shot is recommended because that gives you an idea of where the bird um, is, what is the backdrop, what is in the foreground, and stuff like that. Right. So it should be treated like a landscape of photography. Okay, so wide angle, lot of things in perspective, midground, foreground, background, okay, high depth of field, just as shown in the example here, with a flock of birds. Right? So that is how you treat an environment shot. Again, since you need a high depth of field, you will be using an aperture priority or a manual mode also. Bird in flight, BIF. Okay, but all the serious photographers would know how challenging it is to get a bird in flight, right? So you have to focus on the bird, at the same time follow the bird, have your camera in multi-burst, high shutter speed, isn't it? So a lot of things have to fall in place to get a good bird in flight. Okay, one of the most challenging things in photography. So if you practice well enough, definitely you can get even you can master bird in flight, provided you practice and understand the technique. Okay. So yeah, just tell me one by one, what do you think are the settings for having a bird in flight? Okay. Yeah, please come online, please come with the videos on one point at a time. If you can
First
just
thing is
High shutter
first thing is
speed.
very high shutter speed because
high
to
shutter
capture,
speed,
yeah, that
one,
is first thing. Yeah.
Then
Continuous, continuous.
burst mode.
burst mode,
Yeah.
because we'll be tracking the subject and we need multiple pictures, so that hoping that at least one will be good without any crop of tail or wings. Burst mode,
Then
yes.
continuous auto focusing.
AFC, continuous autofocus mode, right?
Focus
Yes.
area also has to be bigger.
Focus area also bigger. With one single point focus mode, it will be difficult to capture the bird. So multiple focus points, right? Anything else? Anything else? Right?
And your shutter speed need to be higher on the side depending on the size of the bird. I believe if you have a very small kind of bird, then it will be, I think, more than 3,000 to 5,000. And if it is a, I mean, bigger bird, it may be 2,000 to 3,000, I think.
Uh, Not, yes, I mean, shutter speed will differ with the speed at which action is happening, but the size of the bird doesn't have to do with it directly. Yes, of course, the smaller birds are fast, therefore you will need faster shutter speed.
Yes.
Bigger birds are bulky, and therefore they are slow. So in that respect, yes, but then it depends on the action happening. Okay, a big bird like an eagle will flap its wing once in 1 second. Okay, slow and gracefully. The same hummingbird will flap 40 times in 1 second. So you need a faster shutter speed for hummingbird than for a eagle, for example. Okay, right. Anything else? Yeah, a bigger for telephoto lens would be required. Right. Sir. Right. Yes. What else?
Lot
Tripod
of
could
patience
be
required for
tripod.
good
Tripod
picture.
could be handy, but then tripod with a gimbal is would be required because you will have to move the camera. Yes. Okay. So let's have it handheld only. Let's not get into the tripod with a gimbal.
Lot of patience is required for bird photography.
Yes, a lot of patience is required.
One query,
Uh,
especially if bird is flying. How do you then focus, especially the eye or something, or it just
yeah.
the capture area only, focal areas?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So let me share the screen. Can you see the desktop?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah,
Okay,
now it is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming.
fine. Okay, let me open. My system has gone slow today. I don't know why.
Can I
Or is it
suggest
the
something?
bandwidth? Yeah,
Can we
yeah,
suggest?
please.
Can I suggest something? I can see lot of
Ha
icons
ha
on your desktop, so looks like your C drive is a little bit heavy. You have to just clean it
ha
up,
ha.
and that is one of the things I can clearly notice.
Yes, yes, yes. See, I mean that is for sure. But drive space is less, but then all of a sudden, since today morning only, it has started giving this issue.
And sometimes because of the network bandwidth, also it happens.
Yeah.
तो आपका महाराष्ट्र में बहुत ज्यादा पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इधर उधर हो रहा है ना, तो इसीलिए वो
पावर चला गया है क्या हमारे लैपटॉप से भी?
Different kind of politics going on in Maharashtra always.
Different level of politics is happening in Maharashtra. I mean, every day कुछ ना कुछ हो रहा है. I mean, nowadays it's more fun watching news than any serial and stuff.
Serial, yeah, exactly.
TRPs are shooting through the roof of news channel. Same thing they will repeat.
And the way the news anchors are speaking as if they have to catch a train or something or a flight, right? You look at the like we are bringing you sensational news for the first time. We are the first, like that kind of a feeling you're getting.
Yes, yes. Come on, come on.
Uh, I have it open if you want. I mean, if you can guide me, right? If you want to show something specifically, I have this site open. I will just
No, yeah, but then I don't know, unresponsive page.
maybe just try a different browser or something. Sometimes it helps.
It's opening now. Let's hope.
Okay, okay, sorry. You have a logged in one. Okay, okay, fine. I just thought you wanted to show something generic.
Uh, right. So coming back to bird in flight, I hope you are all able to see the screen here. Can you see the
Yes,
bird?
Yes.
Okay.
still.
So bird in flight, this is how we would be actually taking the picture. Okay. So the bird takes off. Okay, and you try and focus. Just let me just restart it again. Okay, so this is the wrong way of doing bird in flight picture. Okay, so the bird takes off and you are in autofocus S, not C. See what will happen. You will try to lock focus with single point, right? Hanged. We have locked the editor because we couldn't save your change. Yeah. So with a single point, you will try and lock focus, but then before you click, it moves out. The image becomes blur. Again, you try to lock focus, right? Before you click, it moves out of the focus range, isn't it? If you're using autofocus S with a single point, this is the challenge you will face. So what is recommended is AFC, continuous tracking with multiple focus points, because then what happens? Let's check out. Same situation, bird takes off, you try and focus. This time you have multiple focus points, right? Sometimes it locks focus on the head, sometimes on the tail, sometimes on the wings. But somewhere it will lock focus and you will get a in focus image every time, right? So here you cannot say that I want to lock focus only on the eyes.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. The bird is like half a kilometer away. Catching hold of the eyes is going to be difficult. So as long as you get hold of any of the body part is good enough. Since it is at a far off distance, your depth of field is going to be any which way high. You will get a sharp in focus bird, including the eye. Okay, but then as I said, the mirrorless cameras are very good at focusing and the eye focus system of mirrorless is really good. So you can select the bird eye as an option, and the camera focusing system will lock focus only onto the eye. Okay, even in a bird in flight, I suppose. That's how quick it is. Clear? Yeah, stop sharing and back to the presentation. Clear? Right? Yeah. Okay. So this is all about bird photography. Okay. So similarly, let's try and understand landscape photography. Okay, in details. So just like we try to study the bird photography, let us see what to do in landscape photography.
अच्छा
Use a wide.
पटेल साहब
हाँ
एक सवाल था इज इट
हाँ पूछो।
पॉसिबल कि यूजिंग ट्राइपॉड can you shoot the bird on lower shutter speed to make it a motion blur?
हाँ possible ना. You can do that. Yeah, because
Possible है
that is the vision that you have. So you can do that. So bird in motion with a slow shutter, it can be a different take on bird photography. Possible, yes. You should try that.
बट दिक्कत ये है ना कि बर्ड इज फ्लाइंग और उस कंडीशन में ट्राइपॉड को फिक्स करके वो जो 15 सेकंड का मामला है तो वहाँ हाउ मच इट विल बी पॉसिबल कि उसको फोकस भी प्रॉपर करूंगा और उसका विंग्स को आप मोशन ब्लर में लाएंगे इज वेरी चैलेंजिंग
नहीं 15 सेकेंड्स वगैरह नहीं कर पाएंगे, इतना स्लो शटर नहीं कर पाएंगे 15 सेकेंड्स में। तो आपको सिर्फ आकाश ही दिखाई देगा, वो तो चला जाएगा बर्ड। इट कैन नॉट बी मोर, इट कैन बी 1/30, 1/50, 1/100, वो रेंज में आपको ट्राई करना चाहिए। 15 सेकेंड्स एंड ऑल इज नॉट फॉर बर्ड इन फ्लाइट।
अच्छा
है ना? See, 1/1000 is the recommended shutter speed for bird in flight. ओके, तो आप उसे 1/100 करके देख सकते हैं क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है। तो उसके जो विंग्स के मोशन होंगे वो ब्लर की वजह से कैसे दिखते हैं, ऑल दोस थिंग्स यू कैन सी इन योर पिक्चर। दैट वुड बी समथिंग डिफरेंट। राइट, चलिए। लैंडस्केप फोटोग्राफी, यूज अ वाइड एंगल लेंस। You want a perspective from the left hand corner to the right hand corner. So angle of view is the biggest when focal length is the smallest. So 18 mm is a good focal length for landscape. Most of the kit lenses would have a 18 mm lens, 1855. So that is the wide angle lens. Okay. Anything less than 18, yes, 16 mm would even be better. But anything less than that will give you a distortion. So if you know how to make use of that distortion and still click good images, you can go for ultra wide angle lenses like 12 mm and all. But then you will see ताजमहल के मीनार ये ऐसे हो जाएंगे. Okay, so you should know how to control that. You should have a good understanding about post processing so that वो मीनार को आप सही ढंग से सीधा कर पाओ and all those things. But then, as I said, 18 mm is a good enough lens to start with. Focal length. High depth of field, without any saying. High depth of field matlab bigger f number. So what is the f number you will be using for landscape?
More than 8.
18 and above.
18 and above?
Like F18 and above.
No.
More than 8.
F8 to F16, F18. This is the ideal range. F8 to F16 or 18, yeah. Don't go beyond 18, 22, F22, F32, F36. Don't go so low, right? Because at these f-stops, you will start getting inferior images because the optical errors would start creeping in. Chromatic aberrations and all those things will start coming in, and it will start giving you less quality, right? So be within the sweet spot of f8 to f18, f16. You will get high depth of field even at these levels. Right? I mean, it's not that you cannot use f22 and f36. You can still use it, but because you are closing the aperture to such a small extent, okay, optical error starts creeping into your lens. Or rather, in simple terms, I could say that the lens which is engineered, it is not optimum at f36. The results are not optimum at f36. It is designed for f8 to f16. That is the sweet spot. आपने सुना होगा कई बार लेंस का स्वीट स्पॉट क्या है, f8 कहते हैं लोग, है ना? So that is what it is designed for maximum results at f8 f11 तक. Follow the rules of composition. हाँ बोलिए.
तो नॉर्मली देन इतना ज्यादा हाई एफ स्टॉपेज क्यों है? तो फिर अभी दैट इज द केस देन F22 26 30
सर
तक है.
ऐसी बात नहीं है कि यूज नहीं करते हैं, करना चाहिए, करते हैं, जरूरत पड़ती है ना? मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि अगर जरूरत नहीं है तो यूज मत कीजिए, समझ गए? F36 का जरूरत कब पड़ेगा आपको? जब आपको बहुत ज्यादा लाइट कट करना है, तो आप F16 पे भी लाइट नहीं कट कर पाओगे, तो आपको F36 यूज करना होगा, तो तभी करना ही चाहिए. और ऐसा एरर मतलब क्या, वो वहां पे लिखा ही नहीं, लिख के नहीं आता कि एरर आ गया एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. Okay, there are some discrepancies in your picture which a human eye cannot make it out also, है ना? तो उतनी सारे 19-20 का फर्क होता है उसमें, वो आपको समझ में भी नहीं आएगा. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो नहीं यूज करना चाहिए, करना चाहिए, लेकिन जब जरूरत हो. एट द बैक ऑफ द माइंड यू शुड नो कि भाई ज़्यादा कम करेंगे तो थोड़ा डिटोरिएट होगा पिक्चर. तो अगर आपको नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक में भेजना है तो आप समझ लो क्या करना है. फिर F16 के अंदर ही आप खींचो. Point of interest, right? You follow the rules of composition, important being the point of interest. Okay, सिर्फ लैंडस्केप, सिर्फ समुंदर का फोटो मत निकालो saying that कितना अच्छा समुंदर है, नीला पानी है, आकाश लाल है. नहीं, मजा नहीं है उसमें. Okay, there should be some point of interest. बोट होनी चाहिए, कुछ तो होना चाहिए. Use filters. Okay, जैसे हम गॉगल पहन के धूप में निकलते हैं बाहर, सिमिलरली यू कैन यूज फिल्टर्स, यूवी फिल्टर, अल्ट्रावायलेट फिल्टर्स, एनडी फिल्टर्स आते हैं मार्केट में, उसका इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए. ओके, तो see, these are the things now you should start exploring, right? एनडी फिल्टर्स क्या है, यूवी फिल्टर्स क्या है, कब यूज करना है, एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. नाउ दैट यू हैव स्टडीड photography in great detail, these are the things now you should explore, because uh, these things will be now pretty clear to you when you start reading, when you start watching videos on these things. Their use case kya hai? What do you think is the use of using ND filter? Okay, what does your goggle do? Tell me, what is the use of goggle?
It filters the light coming to the eyes, basically, that sunlight or whatever it is coming.
Right, it
Light
reduces
protection.
it reduces
Protection.
light,
Reduces.
right? Okay, so similarly ND filters is neutral density filters. काला कलर का ग्लास अगर आप आपके लेंस के ऊपर स्क्रू कर देंगे तो क्या होगा? लाइट कम हो जाएगा. तो मुझे बताइए आपको कहाँ पे इसका यूज केस दिखता है? When will you use ND filter? Okay, so
Exactly.
what I'm saying, by और ND filters आते हैं स्टॉप्स में. ओके, तो ND1, ND2, ND4, ND10, ND16. तो इसका क्या मतलब है? ND2 मतलब क्या? 2 stop ND filter. It will reduce the light by 2 stops. जितना उजाला है सामने कैमरा में, उसका 1/4 जाएगा. ओके, नाउ टेल मी, where do you see the use case of ND filter? कहाँ पे यूज करेंगे आप?
जहाँ सूरज, I mean, when we are facing the camera towards the sun.
So bright light, मतलब समर सीजन्स में, रेगिस्तान में, रेगिस्तान.
हाँ, ठीक है. तो क्या क्या अचीव करोगे आप? किस तरीके का फोटो निकाल रहे हो एनडी फिल्टर? आई मीन काफी हद तक आपका सही है, ब्राइट सनलाइट एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, सनी कंडीशंस, लेकिन
सनी कंडीशन.
उसका ये क्या है? व्हाट इज द
If the,
यूज?
sun, if the
वो तो
sunlight is
आप
directly,
नॉर्मल एक्स्ट्रा लाइट जो है, जो नहीं रिक्वायर्ड है, वो कम हो जाएगा, नॉर्मल तक आ जाएगा. जो नॉर्मल हमें
हाँ,
मतलब
तो
एक्सपोजर.
आप अपर्चर छोटा करके भी कर सकते हो, आप शटर स्पीड फास्ट करके भी लाइट को घटा सकते हो, है ना? दिन में आप रात बना सकते हो यूजिंग अपर्चर एंड शटर, राइट? पूरा अंधेरा कर सकते हो. तो व्हाई यूज एनडी फिल्टर?
सर
Exactly.
कैमरा के ऊपर, कैमरा को प्रोटेक्शन, कैमरा लेंस पे भी तो फर्क पड़ेगा.
हाँ, नहीं, वो प्रोटेक्शन के लिए नहीं होता. प्रोटेक्शन के लिए होता है यूवी फिल्टर, अल्ट्रावायलेट फिल्टर. वो हमेशा आप आपके लेंस पे लगा के रख सकते हो. यूवी रेज जो आते हैं आपके कैमरा से, वो फिल्टर करके भेजता है. एनडी फिल्टर ये पीछे दिख रहा है आपको? जरा आप इसको बड़ा करते हैं. ये दिख रहा है? वो पीछे फोटो दिख रहा है? पानी कैसे दिख रहा है?
White.
milky white.
स्लो शटर दिख रहा है ना?
हाँ.
और लाइटिंग कंडीशन क्या है? दोपहर का लाइट दिख रहा है,
Yes.
राइट?
It's in the trees, yeah.
हाँ, तो दोपहर के लाइट में आपको 2 सेकेंड और 5 सेकेंड का शटर स्पीड मिलेगा दोपहर के लाइट में. आपको लगता है? कभी ट्राई किया है? करना चाहिए. देखिए आप, क्योंकि आपको मिल्की वाटरफॉल के लिए 2 सेकेंड 5 सेकेंड का शटर स्पीड लगेगा, और 12 बजे की तेज रोशनी है, तो आपको कभी नहीं मिलेगा, है ना? क्या हो जाएगा? आपका लाइट मीटर हमेशा पॉजिटिव दिखाएगा, ओवर एक्सपोज दिखाएगा, और आपके फोटो सब बर्न आउट हो जाएंगे. तो क्या करेंगे आप एनडी फिल्टर लगाओगे तो क्या होगा? यू विल कट ऑफ लाइट, है ना? ND5, ND10 वगैरह डालोगे तो विल कट ऑफ लाइट, और तेज रोशनी में भी आप आपके शटर स्पीड 5 सेकेंड, 10 सेकेंड, 15 सेकेंड पे लेके जा सकते हो, और आपका वाटरफॉल और ये सब चीज़ें बहुत अच्छी तरह से मिल के आ सकता है। समझे कि सर के ऊपर से चला गया है। चलिए चलिए, आई थिंक मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा जल्दबाजी कर दी है ना। तो देखिए, ये आपको समझ आएगा जब आप यूज़ घूमोगे फिरोगे, कैमरा लेके अच्छे फोटोज निकालने की कोशिश करोगे। जब आपको ये प्रॉब्लम एरियाज आएंगी, ये सताएंगी, तब आपको ये सब ध्यान में आएगा कि हाँ भाई, एनडी फिल्टर करके कुछ बताया था अमोल पाटिल ने, तो देखना पड़ेगा अभी, है ना। चलिए, तो लेट द टाइम कम when you face these situations, and I hope you come across these difficult situations very fast for you to learn and apply your knowledge uh, immediately, right? Similarly, high dynamic range होता है, okay, HDR photography, हम लोग सिंगल फोटो निकाल के लैंडस्केप्स निकालते हैं, सनसेट निकालते हैं, ये निकालते हैं, सनराइज निकालते हैं, विच इज़ अ सिंगल फोटो, राइट। लेकिन HDR में क्या होता है, इट इज़ अ टेक्निक वेर यू यूज मल्टीपल एक्सपोजर पिक्चर्स टू स्टार्ट विथ 3 पिक्चर्स, वन ओवर एक्सपोज, वन अंडर एक्सपोज, वन करेक्टली एक्सपोज। इन तीनों को स्टैक करके पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग सॉफ्टवेयर में आप HDR बनाते हो, हाई डायनामिक रेंज। ओके, कैमरा का एक लिमिटेड डायनामिक रेंज होता है। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डायनामिक रेंज? ओके, हाईलाइट, शैडोज, कॉन्ट्रास्ट, तो कैमरा का वो लिमिटेड होता है कि भाई अगर आप मीटर करोगे हाईलाइट को, तो हाईलाइट का ही वो डिटेल्स आपको ला के देगा। आप मीटर करोगे शैडोज को, तो वो शैडोज का ही डिटेल देगा। अगर हाईलाइट्स और शैडोज दोनों निकालने हैं तो आपका कैमरा विल फेल। तो इस कंडीशन में आपको हाई डायनामिक रेंज का HDR फोटोग्राफी का मदद लेना पड़ता है, राइट।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, लेकिन सर ये हाई डायनामिक रेंज में ये नेचुरल नहीं लगेगा आई थिंक, मतलब नेचुरल लगेगा वो, मतलब नेचुरल इतना तो नहीं लगेगा ना आई थिंक।
ये आपके स्किल सेट्स पे ये करता है ना। योर एडिटिंग शुड बी सच कि वो सटल रहे। आपने डिटेल्स तो एक्सट्रैक्ट करनी है, लेकिन ये अननेचुरल भी नहीं लगना चाहिए। आप सही कह रहे हो कि HDR फोटोग्राफी में आपका काफ़ी सारा डिटेल्स निकल के आता है, तो वो देखने में थोड़ा अननेचुरल लगता है, बिकॉज इट लुक्स वेरी, थोड़ा फेक लगता है। बट देन एडिटिंग के वक्त आपको उतना ज़्यादा ये नहीं करना है। इट हैज़ टू बी सटल, है ना, इट हैज़ टू बी सटल।
ओके सर, ये शेडो यूज फिल्टर्स वाला जो फोटो है, इसमें शेडो जैसे आया हुआ है माउंटेन पे, शेडोज दिख रहा है, तो ये शेडो मतलब ये मतलब फोटो में आ गया है
हाँ
मतलब।
हाँ, अरे वो तो ये था, वो माउंटेन का ही वो शेडो है वहाँ
हाँ,
पे, ये वाला
ओके,
ना।
यस यस,
हाँ, वो
तो
वैसे ही था।
शेडो, ओके ओके
वो तो माउंटेन का ही है।
ओके। तो शेडोज वगैरह भी सर, जैसे ये घोड़े का है जो, इसका भी शेडो मतलब ये नेचुरल है इसका
कौन सा,
शेडो?
ये वाला?
हाँ, सेकंड वाला फोटो जो है, या ये
हाँ,
थर्ड वाला है, तो इसमें शैडोज मतलब दिखाए, ये एडिट किया गया है, इसमें भी
क्या
शैडो नहीं है,
शेडो
मतलब
नहीं
शैडो।
मतलब? शेडो क्या मतलब, क्या शेडो होता है? हाइलाइट्स एंड
मतलब
शैडोज, व्हाट इज
हाँ
हाइलाइट्स
जो
एंड
आप,
शैडोज? शैडोज इज द डार्कर पार्ट ऑफ द इमेज, है ना। शैडो
ओके,
मतलब रिफ्लेक्शन वाला शैडो नहीं।
अच्छा रिफ्लेक्शन वाला नहीं है।
नहीं भाई, शैडो मतलब हाइलाइट्स एंड शैडोज। हाइलाइट्स आर द ब्राइट पिक्सेल्स इन द पिक्चर, शैडोज आर द डार्क पिक्सेल्स इन द पिक्चर। तो अभी हाइलाइट्स क्या है इसमें? इसमें हाइलाइट्स आपके स्काई है, ओके, क्लाउड्स
ओके
है, ये सफ़ेद घोड़ा है। शैडोज क्या है इसमें? ये पेड़ है, ये ब्राउन घोड़ा है, तो ये शैडोज
ओके
है ना। तो शैडो मतलब परछाई नहीं।
अच्छा फाइन
ओके, यूज ह्यूमन एलिमेंट्स। तो जो मैं कह रहा था कि भाई सिर्फ रेगिस्तान का फोटो निकाल के मत समझो कि बहुत बढ़िया फोटो आया है या सुंदर आकाश आया है या समुंदर का निकाल के, अनलेस अनटिल देयर इज सम पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, है ना। यहाँ पे देखिए ये कैमल है यहाँ पे, उसका सारथी है यहाँ पे, है ना। तो इससे आपको अंदाजा आ रहा है कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग विदाउट द कैमल, विदाउट द पर्सन। इफ आई हैड गिवन यू दिस पिक्चर, शोन यू दिस पिक्चर, क्या आपको समझ में आता था कि रेगिस्तान है कि समुंदर है, कि बम्बई है कि पुणे है कि क्या है, राइट। तो दैट पर्सपेक्टिव जो आपको मिलता है वो इट कम्स फ्रॉम दीज एलिमेंट्स। कि कैमल है तो हो सकता है रेगिस्तान हो, राजस्थान हो, थार डेजर्ट हो, है ना। सो अगर लैंडस्केप भी निकाल रहे हो तो है ना, देयर शुड बी सम लाइफ इन इट। तो कुछ तो आप ऐसा डालो जिससे वो जिंदा लगे, है ना। सम ह्यूमन एलिमेंट, सम एनिमल, सम समथिंग। What is the checklist for landscape photography? Right? Do your research. Use tripod. Right? ND फिल्टर, पोलराइजिंग फिल्टर्स का आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। रिमोट और केबल रिलीज का इस्तेमाल आपको करना चाहिए। मिरर लॉक का इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए, है ना, क्योंकि आपका ट्राइपॉड पे है, आराम से फुर्सत से आप लैंडस्केप में कोई घाई गड़बड़ी नहीं होती ना। लैंडस्केप तो आप आराम से निकालते हैं, कहीं वो पहाड़ तो भागे नहीं जा रहा है, राइट। अनलेस इट इज अ सनराइज और अ सनसेट, कि भाई यस आ गया सनराइज, हो रहा है सनसेट, तो वो टाइम में निकालना है। तो वन कैमरा, when camera on tripod, put the VR off, right. When camera on tripod, put the VR off. Aperture priority mode. Use low ISO. लैंडस्केप्स आउटडोर्स है, रोशनी की कोई कमी नहीं है, तो यूज लो ISOs. यूज हाई डेप्थ ऑफ फील्ड f11 to f16. Don't go beyond f16. Use a wide angle lens, right. So all these things are the checklist you should pay attention to.
Why on aperture mode? Because landscape photography तो हमें तो काफी ज़्यादा टाइम मिलता है, तो can go for manual setting. Why aperture?
हाँ, yes. I mean manual तो evergreen, anywhere you can use it, but then aperture is also okay because you more important is depth of field. But then as you rightly said, काफी टाइम होता है, तो मैनुअल भी आप यूज करना चाहिए उसको। इनफैक्ट मैनुअल ही प्रिफर्ड है इसके लिए।
आपण आधा घंटा सर। ये वाइड एंगल लेंस क्या सर? वाइड एंगल लेंस कौन सा होगा? वाइड एंगल लेंस
भाई मुनीश, आज लास्ट सेशन है अपना। ये ऐसे मुझे डराओ मत आप।
सर वाइड एंगल मतलब ब्रॉडर वाइड एंगल।
वाइड एंगल मैंने कितनी बार बोला है, वाइड एंगल मतलब ग्रेटर एंगल ऑफ व्यू। फोकल लेंथ
हाँ
छोटा तो
अच्छा,
वाइड
फोकल
एंगल
लेंथ
बड़ा।
हाँ वो तो है। मतलब मुझे लगा कोई सर स्पेशल लेंस भी होगा, ऐसा तो नहीं ना? वाइड
नहीं नहीं
एंगल
नहीं
वाइड एंगल,
फोकल लेंथ कम है।
यस यस।
You can, if you can see, this is a wide angle 1855,
1850
this छोटा वाला। सो आपको ज्यादा ज्यादा दूर का दिखेगा, बेसिकली जूम में फोकस होकर दिखता है, राइट। वाइड एंगल में ज्यादा एरिया दिखता है आपको, छोटा लेंस रहता है, मीन द फोकल लेंथ इज लेस। तो ये 1855 का ये
Right.
आपका 10x18 का आता है, कैनन का भी 10x18 का आता है, वाइड एंगल लेंस है।
ये तो किट लेंस है, वो जो दिखा रहा हूँ ये कैमरे के साथ ही था, बट यस यू कैन परचेज सेपरेट वंस आल्सो।
यस, ओके। कितने लोग यहाँ पे रॉ में फोटो खींचते हैं, रॉ फॉर्मेट?
रिसेंटली
Yeah, I do.
स्टार्टेड।
Okay, so raw format, and there is a distinct advantage of using raw format, isn't it?
यस,
Right. So what are the advantages?
see, first it captures all the aspects of the picture. So normally raw picture size is very big, like 20 MB plus or 30 MB plus, depending upon the picture.
Okay.
And then there is scope of editing, basically. Like we can use it some photo editing software to bring the photo to whatever way we want, right?
Right. So basically, raw images are unprocessed and uncompressed. Okay, data is preserved in that raw format. Whereas JPEG, ये आपके कैमरा से प्रोसेस होके आता है ना? They are processed and compressed images. There is no scope for editing in it because there is no data or very less data. No data नहीं कह सकते, very less data. Whereas RAW में there is a lot of data to play along. Therefore, you get fine control and adjustment in post processing. Okay? Whenever you are using RAW, you get a lot of tolerance while changing the exposure or bringing the details out of the shadows and things like that. Whereas it has limited control and adjustment in post processing. Which one? JPEG. Because already camera has processed and given it to you. Requires special software to open raw images. Raw images will not open on anything and everywhere. Okay, आप सोचोगे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पिक्चर व्यूअर में खुल जाएगा तो नहीं खुलेगा वो, इट विल से रॉन्ग फॉर्मेट, कैन नॉट कंपैटिबल, थिंग्स लाइक दैट। मोबाइल पे खोलोगे तो हो सकता है नहीं खुले क्योंकि रॉन्ग फॉर्मेट, इट नीड्स स्पेशल सॉफ्टवेयर। क्योंकि ये जो रॉ फॉर्मेट्स होते हैं ये प्रोप्राइटरी एक्सटेंशंस होते हैं, दे आर नॉट यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट्स।
अभी 10:30 खत्म होगा।
But one question, sir. ये I have noticed कि first time when I try to open the raw, like for example .nef format or whatever, थोड़ा time लगता है, but उसके बाद it opens. It's a bit slow actually, but it opens in normal photos also. I'm not sure if there is some add-in which is there.
नहीं, it opens in things which are compatible with it, है ना? वो ब्राउजर में भी खुल जाता है, but then
Okay.
provided you have Windows 10 and above.
Okay.
हाँ, if you are using anything less than that, it is not compatible. तो वो
Okay.
सब restrictions होती है।
Right.
Whereas JPEG के लिए आपको कहीं भी खुल जाता है, वो मोबाइल पे भी खुलेगा, वो आपके टैब पे भी
Yes.
खुल जाएगा,
Yes.
आपके लैपटॉप पे भी खुल जाएगा, है ना? यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट है वो, तो काफी पॉपुलर है। Okay. RAW is used by professional and serious photographers because editing is an integral part for any serious photographer. Okay. Whereas JPEGs, they are used by beginners and amateurs because they don't want to invest in softwares, don't want to invest in backup drives because heavy files होती है ना, आपका हार्ड डिस्क ऐसे ही भर जाएगा. So you need the backup drives and very fast laptops and post processors to handle those heavy files. तो investment होता है पीछे back end में. तो if you're amateur and things like that, you can still go for JPEGs, which is manageable even with a decent laptop and desktop. What are the raw formats? Nikon is .nef. Canon is .cr2, Sony is SR2. These are the extensions. Okay, .doc, PPT, XLS, उसी तरह ये एक्सटेंशन है, ओलंपस का ORF, PEF, राइट। तो ये इस तरीके से आपके रॉ एंड जेपेक्स का डिफरेंशिएशन है. सो इफ यू फील yes, I want to edit my pictures extensively, you should be clicking in raw. तो raw and jpegs कहाँ पे सिलेक्ट होता है? आपके कैमरा मेन्यू में वो पूछेगा आपको, मेन्यू में जाएंगे तो रॉ, जेपेग और रॉ और जेपेग दोनों इकट्ठा भी आप क्लिक ये कर सकते हो, है ना. तो वो आपके कैमरा में आप सेट कर सकते हो. सो ये यहाँ पे ऊपर एग्जाम्पल में क्या बताने की कोशिश की है कि देखिए, एवरी फोटोग्राफर हैज अ बैड डे इन ऑफिस. सो तेंदुलकर हमेशा सेंचुरी थोड़ी मारता था, है ना. वो जीरो पे भी आउट होता था. सिमिलरली हाउ गुड अ फोटोग्राफर, ही हैज अ बैड डे इन फील्ड, ओके, नॉट इन फॉर्म, फोटोग्राफ्स ओवर एक्सपोज, अंडर एक्सपोज, है ना. ही इज नॉट इन द मूड, द क्लाइंट इज नॉट कोऑपरेटिव, एन नंबर ऑफ रीजन. सो हो सकता है फोटोग्राफ्स अच्छे नहीं आए, बट देन once he is back to his office, if he has clicked in raw, he has the bandwidth to post process and still get the best out of it. जैसे यहाँ पे ओवर एक्सपोज या अंडर एक्सपोज होगा, और अगर वो रॉ है तो वो आपको अच्छे रिजल्ट्स दिखा देगा. लेकिन वही अगर ओवर एक्सपोज अंडर एक्सपोज पिक्चर अगर जेपीजी में है तो पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग में भी उतना ज़्यादा आपको फायदा नहीं होगा, राइट.
I tend to use RAW plus JPEG so that I have both the things available.
हाँ, both the things are available. Right, right. Yes, you can do that.
अच्छा, ये जो आपने स्क्रीन शेयर किया है, तो उस पे बताने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि रॉ शूटिंग में जब आप कर रहे होगे तो माइनस एक्सपोजर वैल्यू पे जाओगे तो फोटो प्रोसेसिंग में अच्छा आएगा.
नहीं, मैं समझा नहीं आपका प्रश्न. क्या क्या पूछ रहे हैं? ये फोटो देख के आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं इसके बारे
हाँ
में?
हाँ 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 हाँ.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
आप एक तो आई मीन प्लस ईवी में है, माइनस ईवी में है. माइनस ईवी फोटो प्रोसेसिंग में काफी अच्छा दिख रहा है, वेरेज ओवर एक्सपोज फोटो जो है वो थोड़ा सा अलग दिख रहा है.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. ये देखो, मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ कि अगर गलती से आपने ओवर एक्सपोज निकाला है, अंडर एक्सपोज निकाला है, तो ये देखो, ये दोनों अंडर एक्सपोज का यहाँ पे नीला बांध दिख रहा है, वो भी अच्छा बना रहा है, अंडर एक्सपोज भी अच्छा हो रहा है. और ये जेपेग होगा तो ओवर एक्सपोज खराब हो जाएगा, अंडर एक्सपोज भी खराब ही रहेगा. ऐसा ऐसे बता रहा हूँ मैं, है ना.
So the crux is that we are basically able to edit it. I mean, post process it. Sorry,
बेसिकली
to
यू
make
कैन
it.
salvage your pictures.
Yeah.
आपको क्लाइंट की फटकार ना सुननी पड़े कि भाई खराब कर दिया मेरा पूरा एल्बम,
Right. Yes.
मुझे वापस शादी करनी पड़ेगी.
Now it happens a lot of times कि 5 फोटो लेते हैं उसमें से एक भी अच्छा नहीं आता. Sometimes एंड में भी एक आध अच्छा आता है. तो किसी में ज्यादा लाइट हो जाता है, किसी में फोकस चला जाता है.
राइट,
Right.
हो सकता है. सी फोटोग्राफी इज आर्ट फॉर्म, एंड फोटोग्राफर का फॉर्म भी बहुत मायने रखता है. नॉट एवरी डे यू विल क्लिक अमेजिंग पिक्चर्स. आपने देखा होगा किसी दिन आप जाते हो, यू आर नॉट इन योर एलिमेंट्स, यू कम बैक विथ मीडियोकर पिक्चर्स. वही दूसरे दिन वही कैमरा के साथ जाते हो, बट देन अमेजिंग
Yes.
पिक्चर्स. सो इट हैपेंस, पार्ट ऑफ द गेम. चलिए, राइट. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, just क्या बताना था मुझे? ओके, डू यू सी माय डेस्कटॉप? आपको दिखाई दे रहा है?
Yes, yes. It's some PowerPoint is coming up.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ओके। ये बर्ड फोटोग्राफी का जो स्लाइड था उसमें कुछ डिटेल्स मुझे आपको बतानी थी। कहाँ चला गया ये? ओके, ये थोड़ा ये हो गया इसको। बर्ड फोटोग्राफी में ये देखो नीचे, थिंग्स टू कीप इन माइंड व्हाइल बर्ड फोटोग्राफी, ये पार्ट रह गया था क्योंकि वहां पे वो छुप गया था। सो व्हाट आर द पॉइंट्स दैट यू विल कीप इन माइंड? बर्ड फोटोग्राफर्स, बताइए आप क्या करते हो? You use a super telephoto lens because in bird photography, more the zoom, better it is. Okay, zoom camera is also useful in bird photography because you get a lot of zoom, 100x. 100x मतलब आपको कितना, 3000, 4000, 5000 mm का फोकल लेंथ मिलता है। Do you understand? 3000 mm का focal length in a zoom camera, super zoom camera, whereas in a DSLR maximum focal length you get is 800 mm,
But
and
the
that too cost,
clarity, but
and
the
that
clarity
too,
will be affected, right?
हाँ भाई, क्लैरिटी मिलेगी ना, 10 लाख का लेंस यूज करोगे तो देना ही पड़ेगा ना क्लैरिटी।
Okay, okay, like that.
So it's a 10 lakh lens for 800 mm, whereas super zoom you will get 3000 mm at 25,000.
Yeah, correct.
That is the advantage of a super zoom camera. चलिए, things to keep in mind: be patient and silent, do not disturb the birds. Right, ये जरूर ख्याल रखिए. Do not use flash because birds are also leaving ये, so do not flash them in the eyes, they can go blind. Do not throw stones at the bird to make them fly, so that you get bird in
ऐसा
flight.
ऐसा होता है क्या?
अरे सर, होता है मतलब क्या, वो आप कितना टाइम वेट करोगे उसको उड़ने का? घर पे खाना, बीवी फोन करके बोल रही है, किधर घूमने गए हो, जंगल में आओ, खाना लग चुका है, नहीं तो तो बेचारा वो तो परेशान हो जाएगा, वो बोलेगा इसको उड़ाओ भाई, उसको बोलेगा
My God.
कंकर फेंको उसके ऊपर ताकि ये उड़े और मैं फोटो निकालूं और फेसबुक में वाहवाही पाऊं, है ना? तो ऐसे लोग करते हैं, तो आप नहीं करेंगे वैसे, क्योंकि ये
Funny.
एथिकल बर्डिंग में नहीं बैठता है ये, है ना? डू नॉट यूज बर्ड फीड्स, दाना भी डालते हैं, आपने देखा होगा, दाना डाल के बर्ड्स को बुलाते हैं ताकि भाई जल्दी आ, खा, मेरे को फोटो निकालने दे और जाने दे, है ना? बर्ड कॉल्स यूज करते हैं, मोबाइल पे बर्ड कॉल्स आप प्ले करोगे तो वो आवाज सुन के वो आ जाते हैं कि भाई क्या हो चल रहा है देखने के लिए, या हमें नहीं पता होता कि वो कॉल्स में क्या है, तो बर्ड्स वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं। तो ये सब चीज़ें अनएथिकल है, आपको ये नहीं करनी चाहिए, है ना? to be
Even
a
sorry,
responsible birder and a responsible photographer.
even
I-
nesting, no, nesting sites is also not ethical.
Nesting, yes, I think that point can also be put here. No pictures of nests and chicks.
Sites.
oh, okay. Good point, actually.
Right?
I would like to add one or two points.
हाँ,
Avoid sudden movements, which I realized also recently. So normally क्या होता है हम लोग चल के जा रहे हैं एक पंछी दिखा then we suddenly take our lens and try to take it, then they become alert and immediately they will fly away.
yes, yes.
So हम लोग जैसे चल रहे हैं we'll have to be in that way only and slowly we'll have to bring our camera lens focus it and try to take it. So ये
Absolutely.
और होता है.
They uh, they also say not to wear bright clothes, flashy and bright clothes,
Mm. Yes,
perfumes.
Cam-
Okay, yes,
camouflage t-shirts are recommended.
Yeah,
neutral colors basically, yeah.
Yes, neutral colors.
And another thing is, actually, recently I was watching a video. One of the things the photographer was telling is that to cover your face like this. So basically, use the lens to put a cover for your face so that the bird does not see it directly,
Acha. Okay.
like this. I just
Yes.
keep it like this, so bird will not be able to look at my eyes directly.
Ah,
So it will
yes.
just look like any other normal object for the bird from the bird's perspective.
but what about
Mm.
using a hide? Is that ethical?
Yeah. I think height should be okay. In fact, you are using a height to not to disturb the birds. So but that way, height is a good option, I would say. Okay, चलिए, right? आगे बढ़े. ये तो हमने कवर कर लिया. So what are the different things as a photographer you can do? Okay. Apart from doing photography just as a hobby, okay, if you want to earn some side income, kind of a side hustle, weekend, yeah, you can always do that, provided you have put in efforts, time, and of course, invested money in your equipments and things like that. Nothing wrong in getting the worth that you are invested in, right? So just to give you a few pointers, you can explore if you are really keen on the commercials of it, but if you just want to keep it as a hobby, I think even that is also good. Okay. Photograph people. If you're good with people, interacting with people can make them comfortable in front of the camera with your sweet talk. Okay. Go for people. Portraits, weddings, uh, fashion, family, headshots, couples, newborns, events, birthdays, weddings, anything. Okay, sports, right? So there would be a demand for these kind of people photography, right? वेडिंग में तो दूल्हा दुल्हन तो अपने मोबाइल से फोटोज निकाल के तो नहीं करेंगे ना. दे एंड दे कैन नॉट ट्रस्ट देयर फर्स्ट कजिन आल्सो. है ना, because it's a special occasion, so they will have to invest in a good photographer, right?
Uh,
Chaliye.
Sorry, what is this stock pictures?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
third.
I'm just
Oh,
coming to it. I still
okay.
not.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can also decide to photograph things, right? So if you are not comfortable with people talking to people, okay, you can shoot things, product shoots, right? Amazon requires a lot of product photography, interior architecture, buildings, food photography, right? Swiggy, Zomato. You seen those pictures, right? You first eat with your eyes, na? It should
Yes.
be tempting enough for you to go ahead and Swiggy it and Zomato it, right? So good pictures of food, pets, right? You know how darling they are of people. बच्चों से भी ज़्यादा उनके लाड होते हैं, तो उनके बर्थडे पार्टीज वगैरह होते हैं, उनका पोर्ट्रेट शूट होता है. Drones, right? So you can do that. Photograph others, other
But
things.
are drones legal?
Huh?
Are drones legal?
Drones, there are some restrictions.
Some
You
places
need
they're
to
not.
take,
Huh.
you need to take permission, and
Yes, you need a permission,
every
but
time
then
you
every time you fly your drone, if
need
you
a
get
permission.
caught, it will be confiscated. That is for sure, right? So you have to take permissions, but then they do allow at a certain height, certain range. It is okay. Even I'm not sure about the exact specifications, but then you know how it works in India.
But certain places are restricted. I mean, you have to take permission actually.
No, no. I think even to fly a drone, you require the local police permission every time you fly the drone.
Oh,
Hmm.
is
That's
it?
what I was told. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Stock pictures. Okay, what do you mean by stock pictures? Shutterstock.com, indiaimages.com. Have you come across all these stock pictures? I mean, advertisers
Getty
require
images.
Betty images and things like that. So
Okay.
advertisers need good quality pictures showing a certain scene scenario. So you keep on clicking pictures and posting it on the stock sites. And if anybody purchases it for his purpose, advertisement or any commercial use, you get a royalty for it. That is what you mean by stock pictures.
Okay.
Okay, so but you can just register for any of the stock sites and start posting your pictures. But then you can imagine, but 10 million pictures are there on the stock site. Your one picture should cut that level so that people would see it and buy it. Right? And hardly you make any money. I don't know about, but then the royalty is like a few cents to a few dollars. I mean, not more than that. Okay, photo tours. You conduct photo tours, right? You conduct workshops, physical, online. If you are good at teaching, right? Exhibitions. You print pictures, good quality prints, frame it, put it on exhibition, invite friends, family, audience, and people would be ready to buy quality stuff, right? Online teaching, yes. Second assistant, you can assist a good photographer for money, without money. If you want to learn, you have to uh, tag along with other good photographers. Okay, photo printing, photo editing, right? Photo editing. So that's a oh god. So today we were supposed to cover photo editing, and we have not yet started that. And it's almost 10:30. It's already 10:30. Right. So doesn't matter. We'll catch up one more session if you're all okay. Right.
Tomorrow.
Let's see. Tomorrow I already have something lined up,
Let's have
but
it on Monday.
uh, let's have it on Monday or Saturday.
Tomorrow is what?
Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow,
No,
to,
Saturday
how
is not.
about yes? Okay, okay, okay. No, no, no. Tomorrow at 9. So how about tomorrow 7?
Sir, I'm not there tomorrow.
Acha, acha. So that is why you were saying. Fine, fine. If everybody is okay, let's catch up on Monday.
Sure.
Okay. Have a good weekend, and you are fully equipped to take good pictures over the weekend. No excuses. Right. Monday you come attend a session, and then you will be equipped to make good pictures better, not bad pictures good. Huh? I don't teach that.
No. But tell me, are you going to give us Lightroom? Do we need to have Lightroom with us for editing?
I'll be demonstrating to you Lightroom.
Okay.
So what I've for all those people, Lightroom has a free 14-day trial period. You can download it and be ready on Monday, right? But then basically, I would be demonstrating to you its capabilities, how you should be going about it, and then you can practice it on the trial version if you don't have the paid one or the cracked one. Okay, I will share you the link for the 14-day trial period, and we will catch up on Monday then.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Fine. No, thank you. We are still there for the next 5-10 minutes. I'm coming back to my.
So is it the same, sir? Adobe Photoshop, what we are saying, talking?
एक minute, huh? Yeah, just a moment. Yeah, are we back in the grid?
Yeah.
Can we see?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Right. So yes, what was the question?
Is it the same like Adobe Photoshop? Like Lightroom and like Adobe Photoshop is one and the same, or it's different?
Different.
So Adobe is the principal company. So they have Photoshop and they have Lightroom. Okay, Adobe सॉफ्टवेयर का ही दोनों ये है,
Okay.
right? So there is a difference, and we will get to know more about it when we meet next time around. Fine,
Yeah.
right? Any questions or anybody who is left out from the introduction session? विनायक हमारी मुलाकात हुई है, इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ है विनायक पाटिल, आई थिंक सो ना.
हाँ हुआ था 2 दिन पहले.
राइट 2 दिन पहले हुआ था. राइट बट देखिए आप का आवाज नहीं आता है तो भूल जाते हैं.
Will we get some what is that, cheat sheets for editing?
No cheat sheets for editing,
Why?
because editing itself is a cheating process.
No, come on.
So what cheat sheets for a cheating thing? And I mean,
No.
there is a debate in the photography community whether you should actually edit your pictures or not.
No, you must. I feel you must to get
So
the
you
best
are
out of
from
it.
that. So therefore I said debate. Now you need two parties.
Huh.
So you are for editing. I am with you.
Yeah.
Who is not for editing? कि भाई edit नहीं करना चाहिए. You should always click and post original. So whatever good, bad, ugly, you should show it to the world. Who says that is the right way? Nobody, na? Right. Good. I mean, that is what I mean. If you have technology at your hand, you should make use of it. I mean, people who say you should not edit are probably the ones who didn't have access to Lightroom and Photoshop. They used to work in the dark rooms at that point with a film roll. So whatever you had, you got as a print, right? But that's not the case. Right. Anybody else who is left out? सुवजीत का तो ये माइक और ये नहीं चलता है बोल रहा है. प्रकाश तो है यहाँ पे, अजीत, ये वी ऑल नो, बाकी सब तो हो गए हैं. Great. So Yes, Puche, any questions, any queries?
I have a query. So,
Uh,
what is the way forward? Are we like our almost all the courses are over except for one session, which will complete on Monday. And after that, like, are you going to give us some assignments or something like that? Because it is a 1 month program. So I'm just curious to understand, like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
is the
So,
next thing going forward?
so week number 1 will be over, okay,
Okay.
and then we'll be starting with week 2.
Okay.
So week 2, just to give you an idea, we will be having 2 catch-up sessions in the next every week.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So in the first session, it will be a briefing session.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the assignment number 1? What is that you have to click picture of what? How? Okay. I will be actually demonstrating to you during that session how to click the picture
Okay.
and
Okay.
showing it to you on screen the results.
Okay. Okay.
You have to watch that video and execute it at your place, your town, city, whatever whether it is indoor, outdoor. You will be given 7 days, and then there will be a review session at the end of the 7 day. Everybody would post their pictures in the group, and I would be actually reviewing everybody's picture, telling you about what is good, bad, and what improvement areas and things like that. Okay, so that completes assignment number two, assignment number 1, week 2. Similarly, week 3, briefing session, a second new assignment, fresh, different thing. 7 days, execute, come back. Week number 3, that is how we complete. So 3 assignment, 3 reviews, and you are good to go.
And are we also going to get some kind of completion certificate or something from you? Like once we successfully complete, or how is it?
Uh, yeah, but can be we can have a certificate distribution thing. I mean, anyway, we have provision for that.
I'm just
Right? But
asking. I don't know, that's why I'm just.
yeah, we will do that. Okay,
Okay.
but then uh, I mean, in photography, unlike other jobs, nobody asks for your
Yeah.
certificate or qualification.
No, no,
No,
just
no.
I'm trying to understand
No,
what is the process.
my
I
take on
understand.
that is, um, what show me your Instagram profile. Show me your portfolio. They will not ask whether you have done your photography course from JJ School of Arts or
Correct.
from Amol Patil online. Right? As long as your portfolio does the talking, your pictures does the talking, good enough. So yes, but then yes, of course, I would like to present my certificate to you all so that you proudly frame it and put it on the wall.
Sure,
So
sure.
definitely at the end of the 4th week, we'll have some time for that handing over certificate also. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And one more thing, just a moment, just 5
Meghalaya trip.
minutes. Uh,
Meghalaya trip.
yes. I would like to just share with you in case you haven't been able to go through it and most importantly understand it, what exactly it is. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Just give me a moment. Can you see the screen? I'm opening WhatsApp.
It's coming
Is
up.
it open?
It's coming up, not yet.
Yeah.
Buffering.
Okay.
Now we
Complete
can see.
photography. Yeah. Right. So see, come 12th August. Okay, I along with my dear friend. I mean, if you haven't seen that review video, you should watch that. He's an exceptional photographer, an award-winning photographer,
Somendra,
and
right? The
Somendra Mukhopadhyay.
Yeah, I saw it
Somen.
little bit, not completely.
Yeah. So he is leading a tour to Meghalaya, capturing all the mesmerizing world of Meghalaya. Basically, it would be a landscape photography tour. Okay, it is not a touristy Meghalaya tour, mind you. It is only for meant for photographers, serious photographers who would like to go there and click wonderful pictures, and just pictures. No tourist destinations, no food courts, no malls, no nothing. But then the offbeat destination, all the waterfalls, mountain trees, and whatever Meghalaya has to offer. It's happening on 12th of August to 19th of August. Okay, it's a 1 week program, Saturday to Saturday. Watch this video. All details are provided. What is that you can expect is all covered in this particular video. Okay, and if you feel you would like to join, do let me know before the weekend. Okay, this coming Saturday, because 12th August is not too far. Arrangements have to be done. Already people have registered, and it would be a small group, 5, 6, 7 people max. Not a crowd. Mandali leke nahi jana hai. We will be at peace, at leisure, clicking wonderful waterfalls, spending day together, and you will get the inputs from the masters. Somendra himself. Okay, I have still not committed myself, but then if you people actually respond positively, then I may join in for my group. Okay, but then it all depends. Okay, how to click wonderful pictures? You will be guided there, so that in camera you take professional looking pictures. Okay, and that is where your ND filters, polarization filters, slow shutter speed, I mean, it will be a level above, and you will be actually trying to match your pictures with the masters who have been in this game for ages. So, if you feel that is interesting, you should join this program. And the cost of which is also mentioned here, 45K from Guwahati to Guwahati. So, that is the package. So, everything included: your stay, travel, food, all included, uh, Guwahati Airport to Guwahati Airport. Okay. The ticket cost to fly to Guwahati will be additional, but then that is how it is. People will be flying from different parts of the country. You have to manage that. Okay. Fine. Do watch it. See how engaging it is. If you feel you are cut out for such a photography tour. Okay. Do respond to me. I would be happy to host you, right? Because if I get sufficient entries from our group, then I would like to uh, lead it for my group here. Okay, so that is my commitment.
Sure.
What is the what is the weather expected during that time? Is it raining?
Weather, no, Meghalaya. I was told this is the best season for uh, the landscapes and the waterfalls, right? You will see the amazing landscapes and waterfalls in the video, and the rains there are like it will drizzle and vanish. It will give us ample time to click photographs at leisure. So that is what Meghalaya weather is like. Okay, it will rain for some time, drizzle or a quick shower, but then it will go. Not unlike Mumbai where it is like perpetually raining and drizzling, all wet,
And then
right?
you expect like we should carry the filters.
Yes, all those
For
things will be told to you if you confirm. If you are a participant,
okay.
then all those things that you need to carry will be told to you. And yes, those filters and things would be necessary for this tour: tripod, filters, a wide angle lens, right? So you might purchase it if you are planning, or you can rent it for the tour.
Okay.
So those things will be facilitated, right? Any questions you have which I can answer right away, but
Are
otherwise
you going to
everything.
have wildlife tours also?
Uh, yes, we would be having wildlife tours going ahead, right? But then this particular is mesmerizing Meghalaya. So
Yeah.
basically, it's a landscape photography tour, and to some extent, it would also be a macro tour. We would also be doing macro, right?
Insects and all those stuff.
Insects and all.
No birding.
Birding, yes. The focus objective is not birding; it is landscapes. But then it doesn't stop us from clicking good bird pictures also.
Yeah.
Okay, so wherever we will be going in the forest and all, uh, there would be the Himalayan birds there around. If we have a telephoto lens, so anybody who is having a telephoto lens, yes, we would be clicking bird pictures also. So no denying opportunity for bird pictures also, but then major focus on landscape. So if we happen to complete our landscape portfolio to our satisfaction, because we'll be spending hours together, so some time can be dedicated for bird. So that is possible, right? So mind you, even
Any
I would be, I mean, going to Meghalaya for the first time. Even I don't have experience, but the lead, Somendra, he's a veteran of Meghalaya, and he would be our primary lead and guiding us through the entire 7 day program. Fine. Do let me know. Okay, I'll be looking forward to your confirmations by Saturday. But don't be late if in case you are, because seats are limited. It's only on first come first basis. As I've been told already, 3 participants have confirmed from his end. If anything more, at the max 2 or 3 more, so that we have a compact group.
do we
Great.
have a little session on videography?
No, sir. This would be an exclusively photography tour. Okay, but then I mean, since we will be all together 24 hours a day, discussions will keep on happening. Okay, and since we will
I mean,
be sharing
as you have a small half of the session or little session just to know how to shoot videos during a photography, going inside
say
into the
Patnaik
vicinity.
sahab, video is a totally different ball game. Okay, even though the basics is light, okay, depth of fields and things like that, but then video shooting and editing is a major part of videos. Okay, editing is a major part. So, the entire training module or sessions can be conducted on videos. But then, as I said, since we'll be sharing our times together, we'll be sharing the routes together. The discussions can happen. Camera will be handy. So anything one to one, we can always discuss and demonstrate it then and there itself. Okay, but then it's not part of the program. It is for us to discuss and get the most out of it. Fine? Chaliye.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
and bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Good night.
Once.
Good night.